Hey, happy Friday. Let's design this week's subscription flowers together. We were kind of feeling the vibes of the cloudy and moody skies and all the stormy weather we've had this week, plus having some really soft blushy tones. We still have some peonies hanging around, and we're picking up on some of those colors, and we're going to design in this pink compote bowl using chicken wire mechanics this week. So we've got our chicken wire square here, and we're just going to go into our empty bowl with the chicken wire rolled over itself like so. Tuck that right down in there. Now if you have a flower pin frog, you can stick that down on the bottom too. That's really helpful. And then we're going to tape a clear tape grid across the top for a little extra stability. And you want to do this before you put the water in your bowl, so that way the tape will stick nicely. If you get your bowl wet and then you try to put the tape on it, a lot of times it won't stick to the bowl. So I'm just going to do a tic-tac-toe across the top. You don't have to get too crazy with it. And then we're going to go around it once or twice near the top of the bowl, just to keep it on there. There we go. Okay, take off our tape. There we go. Okay. I'm going to fill up our bowl with water. And then we're going to get started. So we have some pretty massive and really lovely antique hydrangea in the mix this week. There we go, I've got two of those. So we're just going to go in and pick off any of the little discolored leaves. And we're going to trim it. Make sure our stem is nice and clean. Trim off any little knobs. And then we're going to tuck it right into our chicken wire. So it goes through the chicken wire and rests on top of the bowl. Same with this one. Trim off any little knobs, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Like this. If you want even more stability, you can tie your hydrangea together with like raffia wire or tape, and then go on. But I just want that kind of sitting on top there. It's going to make a nice base for the rest of our flowers. Turn it so that it looks right. This one's not going how I want it to. Sometimes it helps if you squeeze these lateral stems together and push it in there. There we go. Okay, so got this in like so. Move it around a couple of times so you get it where you want it. Sometimes if you hit the bottom of your bowl, it'll pop back out, so you might need to take it out and retrim it. Go back in. Here we go. All right, so next in, we're going to go with our Ruscus. Just a little bit. I just wanted something to break up the hydrangea a little. That can go right through it. We're aiming for the center bottom of the pot. And like so. You don't want them all coming out at exactly the same level. They can have some coming out sides a little bit more, have some sticking up a little bit straighter. You can readjust these as you put your blooms in as well. Next we have some Lavender Stock. Really unusual color, really pretty. It's very grapey looking. So I'm going to use this just as a line. If it's really long and leggy and you don't want to use the top of it, you can just take that tip off. And as I do the rest of the flowers and do the arrangement, I might decide to do that. But for right now, I'm going to leave them on. I'm going to do it kind of in a triangle. I mean, like an isosceles triangle. Two to one side. Get a little bit of asymmetry going, one to the other, with our Ruscus in between. Then we have spray roses. It's really cool, kind of lavendery pink color. And I'm going to use some of them as a grouping, and then some of them I'm going to take apart and use as individual blooms since they have those really long lateral stems. This one, I'm just going to go ahead and trim it short, tuck it right into the arrangement all together, and then spread those blooms out. This one, I'm going to get a couple of placements by cutting it here. So I have one, I'll tuck that into my arrangement the same way, going in on the other side, see it over here. And then I'm going to take these two longer lateral stems, use them as their own placements, either side of my arrangement. And then this one, I'm going to cut here, so you end up with two placements as well. And right into the wire. This guy in better. It's looking a little crazy. Here we go. And then this guy can go in as his own placement as well. So you get that color all the way through, which is really nice when you have the like nice long lateral stems on your spray roses. So you can see it all the way around. Next up, I'm gonna go with my next largest bloom, which is my peony, which we still have hanging out in the shop, which is awesome. So we have 1, 2, 3 of these guys. It's pretty light pink. To me, it was kind of like reminding me of a like strawberry ice cream kind of color. Just like open it a little bit so that it starts unfurling those petals. I know they'll do that naturally anyway. If it looks a little bit tight or if these little pieces are on the bottom, you can take those off and then just give it a little manual fluffing like you would kind of do with a carnation even. And again, we're gonna cut these little knobs off so that the stem is nice and clean. And I'm going in between those stock that I put in originally. And again, I don't want them to all be at the same level. Some will get tucked in a little more, some will get pulled out a little bit more. This one's a little bit more tight, so I'm gonna give that a little fluff just to get it starting to open, and then just let it do the rest of the work itself. You don't want to get too aggressive with it or you really damage those petals. Let's get this guy in over here. Oops, does not want to go in over here. There we go. All right, so I got sort of 3 and 3 all around. Move these guys around a little bit. You have to adjust as you go. All right, next we have Quicksand roses that just happen to come in a really pretty color. Quicksand roses have a little bit of different tones from different growers, and these just looked really kind of soft and suede-y looking. So, and they open up so nice. I'm not going to reflex these this time, but I am going to give them a nice blow to get them started, and then roll the stem so that you get nice and open. A bit of a trim. I'm gonna have these kind of poking out a little bit further than my peonies, just to start getting a little bit more size out of my arrangement. So here we go with this one. I mean, look at that. And I mean, they just do all the heavy lifting. You don't have to really do anything. I'm not liking how this piece of foliage is in the way over here, so I'm gonna move that. There's any nice greens on here that you want to leave on, just leave them on. Oh, so pretty. And I like to tuck the ones in the middle down a little bit, just because it makes it look a little bit more like spilling and sprawling. I don't really love it when it comes to a point in the middle, so I'm tucking this down a little bit lower than the greens and the stock, so that it makes more of an elongated shape. See where I want one of these guys. Tuck that in, pull that out, and move this guy over. And have this guy come to the side here. There we go. So I have lots of things coming in and out. We're gonna move these greens around as we go. And we have these really lovely saturated callas, kind of a deep pink, looks like a red mini calla. You have the option here to just get a lot of shape with them. I usually just kind of smooth my hand down the stem to get them to arc in the direction that I want them to. Just be very careful with the stems because they are a little bit spongy, so if you hit that wire, sometimes it'll split the stem or we want to go. So just be gentle with it, like twirl it around a little bit until you find a spot for them. And squeaky, there we go. And again, with these, you know, you want to have some of them tucked in a little bit more, some of them sort of boinging out a little bit more, just so it's all sort of uneven and flowing. You don't want anything to look too forced, like, you know, it came out of a mold. You want it to look a little organic. And this one, oops, I don't like how that got it shaped. Let's get it over here instead. Okay, maybe one over here. I feel like I might have too many callas on this side, but that's okay because I can balance with my next flower, which is Scabiosa. So maybe if I have lots of these orchids, kind of, or not orchids, I'm sorry, these petals spilling off in this direction, maybe then in this direction I can have my Scabiosa, which is just like my favorite summer flower. And this color is so pretty. It really mixes with these berry colors that we have going on. So I'm gonna take a little straw off. Sometimes they come with a straw. And they have this really great shape, you know? So you wanna use them so that their stem is incorporated into your design. And you know, they kind of just like hover, similar to in your garden, like little, like butterflies or little pollinators in your arrangement. So let them do that, don't force them. You want them to bring a little bit of wild organic shape into your arrangement. And this is a good place too to get a little bit more movement, and it's a good place too to get a little more size. If you were trying to bring your arrangement out a little bit, trying to get a little bit more spread out of the blooms, and concentrate now on getting that all in place. And as we turn our arrangement, we're going to adjust as we go. Just making sure we can see everything. I have kind of like a low spot right here that I don't love. So I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Get over. And I'm not loving that this piece of greenery is touching everybody, so I'm gonna adjust that. Oops. And then we have our last Scabiosa. I feel like kind of needs to go over here maybe. Just kind of let it stick out a little bit. Let all of our pointy flowers stick out a little. Now, if you wanted to go a little bit more moundy with your arrangement, you could take the tips of these guys off and just use them pressed into your arrangement a little bit more. But here I have a little bit of like this shadowing where you have this similar color repeated in one area that looks nice. And then we have some of these other ones coming out in our arrangement as well. I think I'm gonna tuck one of these guys down a little bit tighter and center my arrangement. And then I think we are good to go. There we go. I love it. All right. Got my trash out of the way so we can see what we're working with here. Give it a spin. What are we thinking? The sky is touching the sky, so I'm gonna move that. Move that. Oops. Move that. The adjusting never ends. Right, go that way. That guy. All right. I think we got something pretty good here. You could probably design this into a slightly smaller vessel as well, or if you had even like a cereal bowl or like a low-lying vessel like that, your house would work really well. You can always do the chicken wire just so that you have like a nice little roundy ball. Tape a little grid across the top. You can use just regular cellophane or clear tape also if you don't have florist tape, and that'll be a nice base for your flowers to hold everybody up, and plenty of room for water so that all of your stems get in there and can get water, keep it full, and give everybody room to open a little bit more. So your peonies develop, these roses open a little bit more, and your arrangement kind of continues to change, make your adjustments, and keep it going for as long as the flowers will let you. All right, so come back around next week. We'll design the next DIY bucket, all new blooms, new colors, varieties, etc. If there is something that you'd like to see, either a style or a variety or a technique, please let us know in the comments. And until we see you next week, happy designing, friends.